Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Expert Speaks. Everyone, the NRI community, the resident Indians, and people who are interested to travel abroad is talking about Dubai. Dubai is in the center of attraction, be it a salaried person, be it the businessman, be it the retired person, the tourists, everyone is talking about Dubai. In this episode, I'm going to talk about what is that the Dubai is offering and why, if you are an NRI living in some part of the world, must consider to do one or the other activities in Dubai. To talk about Dubai, I have lived in Dubai for 15 long years, but more important, to talk about Dubai, today I have invited a very eminent guest speaker, Mr. Vinod Sudhindra, the Executive Director of Seguro Real Estate, to talk about the real things which are happening in Dubai. This is NRI Money Clinic for you, and I am Dr. Chandrakant Bhatt, your financial guide for a happy living.
NRI Money Clinic. No hype, just the right advice.
Dear viewers, to talk about the activities that are happening in Dubai, why it is in the discussions of NRI community, the real estate, the job opportunities, the golden visa, the attractions of Dubai, we have today an eminent speaker, Mr. Vinod Sudhindra, the Executive Director of Seguro Real Estate. Mr. Vinod Sudhindra and my association goes back for more than 20 long years. He has been known as Ethical Vinod in our known circles, a person who puts his heart and mind into the job that he does. Today, he sits in Dubai, takes care of a lot of activities pertaining to Golden Visa, helping people buy the real estate, helping people set up business, and various activities. An eloquent speaker, a person who can take his words with its true sense. Let's see what he has to offer for our viewers. Welcome to this episode, Vinod.
Thank you, Dr. Bird. Thanks for a very kind introduction. I don't know whether I deserve all the words that you said.
Well, Vinod, I know you for more than 20 years. I know that the sweat and toil you put into any activity that you do. Every word I uttered came from my heart. It's not something I'm doing a flattering for you. No. Anyway, without wasting much of our time, let's
Yeah.
see what you have to offer for our viewers. First, why Dubai is in the center of discussions for everyone, be it a job seeker, be it a real estate investor, be it the businessman, be it the salaried person, the retired person. One common word, common denominator is the word Dubai. What's happening in Dubai?
Yes, I think as I say, come to Dubai, Habibi is the buzzword today, for everyone. So, yeah, I mean, if you look at history, Dr. Bird, Dubai has always been one of the attractive destinations, be it for tourists, be it for people who want to live here, etc. Because it's a place that offers best of everything. I mean, you talk about opportunities, it's a place that gives you that. You talk about living standards, it offers one of the world-class living standards for anybody living here. And you talk about safety, it's one of the safest cities on the planet today. It's ranked number one. So it offers, a best mix of everything, that people require to settle in. So hence it's always been in the spotlight, but more so in the last few years, we've seen a lot of interest coming to Dubai because of what even other countries are doing and not doing for their residents, right? So if you see many countries in the world are making it more and more tougher for people to live there, right? Be it in terms of giving bad infrastructure, be it in terms of place not being safe, or the worst part, loading people who are paying taxes with more taxes. Right, it's like a curse to be in some of those countries because you earn more, then you're taxed more. So there is no end to the whole thing, right? So we've seen countries that are now taxing inheritance. You pay tax and you buy property, and then you have to pay inheritance tax to pass it on to your generation. Now, how atrocious it can be, right? So given all of these things, Dubai has become a very, very interesting destination for salaried people, for business people, and for retired people, right? So let's talk about salaried people. What's in it for them, right? So Dubai offers one of the best work cultures, right? You get the Western work culture here, right? It's a 5 day week work culture, Monday to Friday, it's Saturday, Sunday. I mean, again, a lot of people have the traditional mindset that no, Dubai is Friday off and all that. No, that's all gone. right? So Dubai is aligned with international standards now. It's a 5-day work week. You get international working standards. You get a good education for your children when you move here, right? You get to live a good life, with the salary that you earn here. So it's a very lucrative proposition for salaried people. It's an even more lucrative proposition for business people because, we've been talking about ease of doing business across the world. But if you have to experience what an ease of doing business is, you have to be in Dubai, right? So you can set up a business in 1 week time here, right? In which part of the world you can actually claim that? It's extremely difficult, except, a license like DIFC license or a regulated license, which takes time. Most of other general businesses you can actually open in about a week's time. And it's a single window clearance, right? It's not even that you have to run to pillar to post, right? It's a single window clearance. You have your business set up and you're ready to do what matters to you the most, right? Last but not the least, the retired people. Now, when I say retired people, all of us have slightly old people in mind and all that. Now, I'm seeing a lot of, people in their early and mid 50s, who worked. I mean, the work culture these days, it's so stressful that people beyond 50, 55, they can't be in a corporate job, right? So I'm speaking to a lot of investors from Singapore, from US, from UK, who are now in their mid 50s and who want to now retire, and they don't want to go back to, particularly the NRIs, they don't want to go back to India. They want to make Dubai their home because it's perfect combination of East meeting the West. So yes, so be it a salaried person, be it a business person, be it a retired person or somebody who's planning to retire. For all of them, Dubai offers one of the best, I would say, proposition to move in here.
I love Dubai so much. I'll tell you,
Yeah.
with a
You've been there for so
reluctant,
long.
yeah, I lived there for 15 long
I
years.
know.
With
I
with
know.
a reluctant mind, I came back. Of course, my body was in Dubai, my mind was in India. I'm an Indian by heart. It's very, very difficult to leave either of these countries. But many times I have told people, look, if you settle in US or in UK or Australia, these faraway countries, if you have to come back, coming back itself is a project by itself, right?
True,
And
true.
you don't have the pampering like your domestic help. All these things are a
Yeah.
nightmare.
Yeah.
Taxation is a nightmare. You are a
Yeah.
family, husband, wife, and if you have two children, and imagine coming with four people coming back, the colossal amounts of money it takes. Whereas
True.
Dubai is something which is, I am from Mangalore. So for me, flying
Yeah.
from Mangalore to Delhi and flying from Mangalore to Dubai, probably Dubai is nearby for me, right? So,
Nearby.
so
You get
I
more flight options.
absolutely. So if I have the required income, I can spend my weekends in India and
True.
work in Dubai. How many connections Dubai has from to India? Every nook and corner of Indian cities that you have. So you have a Western lifestyle, you have a Western income, you are very close to the mother India. And let's say your papa or mummy are living here, and they say that weekend I'm preparing some special dish for you. Take a flight and come back. And it's not expensive. It's not that
Yeah,
expensive.
it's not. It's
It's
not.
not that expensive. Of course, compared to the days when I was there, you used to get tickets for 4,000, 6,000. But that's a thing of the past. But still, compared to what you have to pay for other areas, it's still much, much cheaper. For many of my clients, I have told, look, you are a super HNI and you have got so much of a wealth. You have the FDs, mutual funds, various kind of a thing. You fall into a tax bracket between 33 to 39%. So when you compute the total amount of taxes these people pay, what happens is that it makes absolute sense for them to live in Dubai, and your living expenses is far, far, far lower than the taxes you pay in India,
Absolutely.
right? And the country is so close to India. If there were to be a health issue, you can take a flight and go. Of course, not everybody will be lucky enough to fly at that point of time. Things can go wrong. One needs to
Mm.
have a health insurance, but it has everything. A person with deep pockets, person who is well equipped financially, can always make a Dubai his second home. One of the modern days thing, I think even we have worked on some of these cases. There are people who suddenly lose job or
Yeah.
staring at losing a job. They have to
Correct.
come back to India. Now,
Correct.
instead of that, if they have a property or if they have a golden visa in their favor, so whether you are in UK, whether you are in US, or whether you are in any other country like Singapore, just shift base to Dubai, right? If you are
Correct.
in between the jobs, stay there. Your NRI status remains intact, right?
Correct.
Once you get a job, then you know where you are going to, and depending on your comfort, you have,
Absolutely.
right? How does the rentals work in Dubai in the real estate?
Now, rentals, I mean, from an investment perspective, if you see, you can get about 6 to 8% rental returns on your property investment here. And that's for a regular long-term rental. But if somebody wants to explore short-term rental, like Airbnb, you want to let it out on Airbnb, etc. So one can look at about 8 to 10% rental yields here. And these are all transacted numbers. These are not just assumptions or projections. These are numbers. So one of the good part about Dubai real estate is whatever we talk about the numbers, each of these numbers can be validated through publicly available information, right? So whether it is rental transactions, whether it is property transactions, everything is out there on the government website.
Right.
So nobody can sort of fool somebody saying that in India, I know the real estate agents, use the common term, sir, ये rate चल रहा है India अभी ये market में. Now, ये rate चल रहा है is no longer a thing in Dubai because ये rate चल रहा है can be validated by even a common man. They can log into the website and say whether ये rate चल रहा है कि नहीं, whether this rate is running or not. So that way it is very good. So it's an extremely lucrative proposition for investors to look at, so getting that 6 to 8% returns along with capital appreciation and along with currency appreciation as well. Particularly if you're looking from rupee to here, there is an appreciation. If somebody investing from dollar, then there is stability, right? Because UAE dirhams are they're pegged to directly to USD, so that's the advantage.
What is the borrowing cost in UAE now for the real estate loans, the current rates which are running?
So for the residents, you can get loans around 4%, 3.5 to 4, sometimes even 3.5 if you have a better relationship with the bank, etc. If you're a non-resident, the good part is even a non-resident can avail loan here, right? Up to
So you
50
don't
to
need to
60.
live in Dubai.
No, you don't need to live in Dubai.
So let's say I live in India, I can
Yes.
buy a real estate in Dubai and I can
Yes.
avail a loan in Dubai for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Basis your income in India, you can avail a loan in UAE.
So you have
Yes.
any margin money considerations when the loans are given, or let's say that somebody will come and say that I want to buy a real estate, 100% finance is done.
No, no, no. So that way, if you see, UAE banks are extremely tight, right? So if you see one of the reason, some of the housing market crashes, if you see, or the economic crashes that you see, happens because there is mindless lending, right? So UAE banks are extremely tight on that. So first of all, if you are a resident here, you will get 80% of the property value for your first property. And
Hmm.
for your second property onwards, you only get 60%. So
Right.
there is no mindless lending or mindless borrowing that happens, which lead to the crash in the market. And if a non-resident is borrowing, from 50 to 60% is maximum that is given as loan. So this maintains a healthy balance. If you see today also, the purchase to mortgage ratio is quite low in Dubai, right? So still today, a lot of people buy by paying outright cash here. However, we are seeing slow uptick in terms of mortgage, right? So the mortgage transactions for real estate is increasing month on month. In fact, this year we've seen a lot of uptick because that also shows a healthy trend of end users coming into the market, right? So one of the so-called view about Dubai is no, it's an investor market. Somebody from outside is investing, and it could lead to a bubble, etc. No, you have to be here to experience it because every person that I am speaking to in my network is talking about buying a home here. Right. So there are end users who are working here, who run businesses here, who want to move into their house. And for them, it's easy to get a loan, right? So it's within their, limits, they can take the loan and then they can easily enjoy the property. So Dubai really offers a very good, I mean, I always see there are two segments, of people. One, the investors who come in when the project is launched because they have the resources to sort of buy the property by paying outright cash. And then when it is closer to handover, you have an end user who's either wanting to rent or buy from the investor. So it's a very nice ecosystem, that exists, which is making this whole property market run multiple cycles, I would say, so multiple cycles of growth we are seeing because of this kind of an ecosystem that is present here.
Is Dubai in Dubai is the real estate regulated? See, in India we have the RERA.
Correct.
Let's say that somebody, so it's easy to say that you buy real estate in Dubai.
Correct.
Finally, people will find comfort. Is it a market dominated by agents and the real estate tycoons, or is there a regulation around real estate in Dubai? Are the investors protected by a governmental action?
Yes, very much. In fact, RERA I mean, it's also called as RERA here. It's called as RERA in India as well, as we know. It's also called as RERA here, Real Estate Regulatory Authority. Now, they have very stringent guidelines across the real estate activities, right? So let's say a developer wants to launch a project. Now the developer cannot launch a project until the developer either owns the land or has entered into a JV agreement with the landowner. So what happens usually in other parts of the world is you show a piece of land saying that I own this and I plan to do something here, and people start collecting money. It's not possible here, right? So you, to get an approval, you have to have the land, you have to either through a JV or through direct ownership. Plus, the developer needs to put in 20% of his own money to start with as deposit. It's only then the project gets the initial approval, right? And after that, each and every money that the investor invests goes into an escrow account. And there are very stringent conditions in terms of how a developer can withdraw from these escrow accounts, right? So it's linked to the construction and no capital account withdrawals. There are a lot of restrictions. So it's extremely unlikely for a developer here to, sort of misuse all of these things, because the regulations are extremely tight protecting the investors. So that makes it, quite safe for investors, and the justice system is faster here, as you know, sir. So which is, so if something goes wrong, the judgment comes in a matter of weeks or maximum couple of months than, several years or decades in our country there. So it's very fast. So just in case if there is any this thing, there are laws which are clearly defined, and one can sort of use that to protect their interests. So that way, I would say it's very well covered in terms of the safety of your funds aspect through RERA laws, through escrow accounts, and through complete clarity. In fact, even the completion of each project can be tracked on the DLD website. So whatever project people have invested in, they can track the completion of that in the DLD website. The percentage of completion is displayed there.
See, it looks very, from a financial planning perspective, for me, you say that rentals are 6 to 8%, borrowing costs are 3 to 4%. Okay, let's say even if it is 5%. When your borrowing costs are lesser and your rentals are higher, it makes an absolute case for somebody to derive a passive income out of it. In a
Yes.
world which is heading slowly but definitely towards falling interest rate. Today is a time where you can probably lock into properties and the rentals without too much of a burden of interest on you. How does the rentals versus EMI compare? For example, let's say I buy a property, and let's say I'm just telling you a hypothetical case scenario.
Yeah,
You don't have to be
yeah.
perfect about that. And my EMI comes to 5,000 dirhams. Will the my rentals be similar, or the rentals can be higher than this, or I have to shell down some cash from my active income to pay for the EMI? How somebody can look at this whole equation?
So that's the beauty of this thing. As you rightly said, interest rates being low and rent being high, there's a clear arbitrage opportunity that's available here, right? So let's say, for example, let's talk about a sweet spot of 2 million AD investment, because that's what gives you golden visa as well, right? If somebody comes in with a 2 million AD investment, they have choice of either buying a ready property or a under construction property. Now, let's say somebody is wanting to buy a ready property by using mortgage. Now, for a 2 million dirham worth property, you got to fund 20% from your pocket and about 4% DLD from your pocket. Now, rest of the 1.6 million that you will take mortgage from, if you're a resident, I'm talking about resident here. If it is non-resident, the calculation will slightly vary because the eligibility is slightly lesser. But the EMI for that will be easily covered by the rent that you earn, because approximately, let's say we talk about 1.5 million loan that you take. A 1.5 million loan would probably result in about 8 to 9,000 AD in EMI, whereas rent for a property which is worth that much would be easily between 10 to 12,000 per month. I'm talking about EMI, not the interest. In
Right.
India, I do the financial planning where at least if my interest can be taken care by the rent, I'm happy. Whereas in Dubai, it's not only the interest, your complete EMI will be taken care by the rent after taking out the service charges of the apartment. So we have seen that cases.
Yeah, even for our clients in Dubai, many times we have said that it doesn't make sense for you to pay the rent there.
Correct.
Rather, you take a property, and
Correct.
instead of paying rent, when you pay the EMI, your equity in the property rises. Forget
Correct.
about the market cycles, property going up, coming down, crashing, whatever it is. If you
Correct.
were to quit Dubai in distant future, 10, 15, 20, 30 years later, it will have a residual value for you to take back
Absolutely.
home. right?
Absolutely.
But if you stay in a rented premises continuously, 30 years down the line, you have zero residual value.
Absolutely.
So people should make best use of it. And as I said earlier, people who are, high net worth individuals, companies, top professionals who find it, they keep changing their jobs, and the gap in between the two employment when it is longer, this can give you a foothold to live in Dubai. Uh,
Absolutely, sir. You said a very, very important aspect. I've been speaking to many investors. See, because yeah, with whatever happening in the world today, with AI coming in, job, I mean, there is a certain amount of transition that's happening. Now, in the next 5 years, a lot of changes are going to take place in the job market, right? Because some of the jobs are going to get obsolete, some of the jobs will be probably redefined. So this will result in a lot of people, at least having a break, till the time they find a next opportunity. Now, being here, particularly if you avail the golden visa, gives you that flexibility, to actually stay in this country, because a lot of people that you're speaking to, they don't have problems sustaining for, let's say, for 6 months, even to a year, because they've earned enough in their life that, yeah, I can take a break and I can find the right opportunity for myself, right? But how do I live here without this thing? That becomes a tricky thing. So that's what the golden visa offers. You will be able to stay and yet find a better opportunity that may suit your requirement.
Vinod, you brought the concept of golden visa. See, one of the observations I have made when I'm traveling to Dubai or elsewhere in the world is that every flight which comes from Dubai towards India is filled with the real estate agents, right?
Good
So
observation.
yes, it is, because people may think 2 million is a big word. In India, people talk in lakhs and crores and kind of a thing. Million people many a times do not understand. For those of you who don't understand the equations of million, a million dirhams is roughly about 2.2 crores, and 2 million could be about 4 crores. I'm seated right now in my house in Bangalore here, and how many dealings happen here in 5 crores, 10 crores, countless, it happens in thousands. So people may think Dubai is unaffordable for even for a person's in a place called Bangalore and India. How many cities of like Bangalore are there? You have Hyderabad, Ahmedabad, the metros, the upcoming, the entire the North Indian cities of Haryana, places in Chandigarh. So India can absorb the Dubai real estate in no matter of time. But probably our video is an eye opener for many of the Indians who are watching this video, where you put your money into Indian real estate, you get a rental real estate, the rental yield of 2%, and you expect the property prices to rise to make money. Whereas here is a case wherein which you put money, you start raking in your rent right from beginning, and it makes economic sense. And if somebody doesn't have the money, the funding opportunities are also available. By the way, viewers, I have a news to break here that for those of you who are looking out to buy real estate in Dubai, we have associated ourselves with Seguro Real Estate, which is the Mr. Vinod is the executive director, who could be of help to you. If you have an interest to buy real estate in Dubai or the golden visa you are looking for, you could approach us through a WhatsApp message. Our numbers are given in the description box there. I provided a link to the WhatsApp. Send us your exploratory message, and we will help you connect with the right people in Dubai to make sure that you will be able to identify the right property as well as take you through the steps in a perfect and easy way for you to lay hands on golden visa or for that real estate. Why delay? Send that message now. This golden visa is a game changer for Dubai. Can you tell us a little bit more about this golden visa? Who can get it? What are the conditions attached with it? How people can get it? People think that it looks that it is only for the ultra high net worth people. What are the methods which are persons can get a golden visa?
Yeah, I think it's a extremely easy way to get a golden visa here. I mean, so of course there are several ways one can get golden visa here. You can be employed above a certain salary. You will be eligible for golden visa. You can actually put in a certain amount of investment. You can get a golden visa, or you can buy a property and get a golden visa. And by far the best way to get golden visa in UAE is through buying property, because not only you get the golden visa, but your investment is also earning exponential returns, both in form of rental return or capital appreciation. All right, very easy process. We have been able to guide our investors and get, I mean, just in every month we do about several 4 to 5 visas. People come here, get their visas and go. And this is where we should really sit back and see the efficiency of the government machinery, how it works so well that, there is a red carpet welcome that is given to people here, who want to invest and get it. And as you rightly put in terms of numbers, it does not require a fortune for you to get a golden visa here. It just requires for you to commit to a property worth 2 million dirhams, which is about 4.5 to 4.8 CR, in Indian rupees. And I'm using the word commit very carefully here, which means you don't have to invest all the money at once, right? In case you're in a sort of a business, or even salaried people. I'm speaking to a lot of salaried people who get every year bonus. It's almost like a fixed thing. They know that they're going to get that bonus every year. And we are guiding them to buy an off-plan property. The under construction is called as off-plan here, wherein they can put in a small amount of capital right now. And with that amount of capital, they're actually eligible for golden visa. Right. And once they get the golden visa, they can continue paying for the property over the period of next 3 to 4 years. Right. So very easy, convenient payment plans are available, which investors can take advantage of and actually get a better IRR. Because in an off-plan investment, what happens? You're locking in a good unit at today's price, right? And all the future growth that's going to happen in that particular area, in that particular project, is for you to gain, right? So, and when you get the unit, of course, you will pay the full amount only when you get the unit. So that way, yes, if you commit to a property that is worth 2 million AD and above, you will be eligible to apply for golden visa. And it's a very easy process. We've guided many people. And a lot of times, I'm speaking to investors, Dr. But they feel that, okay, what does golden visa offer? Okay. I mean, entry and exit, is that the only thing, or is there much more? And that's where the real power of golden visa comes in, because with golden visa comes the Emirates ID, and with Emirates ID comes the ability to open a bank and an investment account here. And you are an expert in this. Once you have a bank account and an investment account in UAE, how the entire world opens up for people in terms of investment opportunities, right? That's an advantage, right? And second thing is, you will be able to live freely here. As we discussed about this sometime back. Let's say if somebody is on a career break, they want to maintain their NRI status, they don't want to let go of the NRI status, they want to maintain it, and then they want to pick up the right opportunity either in Dubai or anywhere in the world. Dubai gives that flexibility. At the time they're probably in between their jobs, they can come here and still maintain their NRI status. Somebody wants to open a business. Of course, you don't need a golden visa to open a business. You can open without that. But with golden visa, you get an advantage, because with a business visa, you have to visit UAE once in 6 months mandatorily. Whereas golden visa does not have any such mandatory requirement. So you can sit in any part of the world and run your business here with a golden visa, right? And then you can get a driving license. You get visa-free access to 15 more countries along with Indian passport, and there are many benefits, right? So golden visa is really a golden ticket, I would say, to a better lifestyle.
Dear viewers, this is a curtain riser for our services, which will be routed through our associates in Dubai who are licensed, who are ethical, who will guide you with all the required knowledge. Very soon, we are looking at the possibilities of holding a seminar on investing in Dubai real estate. We are also planning to have a live session to answer your queries. Look forward to this. In the coming weeks, we'll announce it on in our the videos that we produce for you. Look out for these dates of seminar and the live session. And if you have an interest, you can always write to us on the WhatsApp, and we are ever ready to help you. Vinod, thank you very much for your time. And I think the episode we have done helped people understand the attraction of Dubai real estate and the golden visa. I keep telling people there are no more world standards now. There are only Dubai standards. So here, right. So people who used to go to the US, the glitter, the land of plenty, has come closer to motherland India in the form of Dubai. And I say, with my experience of living in Dubai for 15 years, you will never ever regret for doing anything in Dubai. Thank you very much for your time and courtesy, and look forward to interacting with you more and more in days and weeks ahead. Thank you very much, Vinod.
My pleasure, sir. My pleasure. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, viewers.
Dear viewers, hope the video that I have done today helped you to understand the finer points around investing in Dubai real estate, getting a golden visa, opportunities for businessmen, salaried persons, and for those who are retiring in the years ahead to live in Dubai and manage your taxes as things stand today. Of course, tax landscape changes with every governmental action. We cannot vote for what happens in the future, but as things stand today, for a HNI, for a ultra HNI, Dubai has more than what you can expect. It's best. You can make best use of it. If it helped you to understand all these points, do give me a thumbs up. Do share these videos with your near and dear ones, friends and relatives, and on all the WhatsApp groups on which you're connected with. By the way, our channel grows only because of your subscriptions. Many of you watch my video, forget to subscribe. Please hit that subscribe button right now and press the bell icon. I will see you next Tuesday with yet another topic, with yet another expert. Till then, stay safe. Jai Hind.
Press the bell icon for more details and subscribe our channel.